More good news. But just a lot of good news recently. And this is good news to me because Disney deserves to fail for basically every stupid decision it's made over the last 10 or so years. Um, you know, primarily I want revenge for Star Wars, but I would say I want revenge for the Marvel movies, but everything up to Endgame was good, and I really didn't watch anything after Endgame except the oh hell, I guess the two Spider-Man movies both took place after Endgame, didn't they? Or no, Far From Home took place before Endgame. Or fuck, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Um, Snow White flopped. It's flopping. It's currently in the process of flopping. So yeah, shout out to NBC News who's covering this absolute shit show. With a budget of over 250 million, Snow White had set out with higher ambitions, particularly since it returns Disney to its very origins. Yeah, but that's kind of hard to, it's kind of hard to recoup 250 million dollars whenever you have like Rachel Ziegler, one of the most like obnoxious, annoying, bitchy main stars ever, who essentially ruined this film long before it ever saw the light of day. I mean, people are already sick of Disney shit as it is, and then you have Rachel Ziegler out there acting like, well, herself. I mean, hell, Gal Gadot doesn't like her either. Gal Gadot, for fuck's sake. I remember a time when she didn't correct people on that pronunciation because I guess, I don't know, she wanted to seem French. Like, I don't know, but Gal Gadot doesn't like her, so it's just funny how that works out. Nobody seems to like Rachel Ziegler. Hmm. Common denominator there is her, so she should probably take some time and reflect. The Walt Disney Company's live action controversy bedeviled Snow White opened in theaters with a sleepy 43 million in ticket sales according to studio estimates on Sunday. Only 43 million opening night. Think about that. Or not opening night, opening weekend. Shit, that's not even just one day. Like God, like I remember when Marvel movies, even like the ones that didn't set the world on fire, were still like would do like like 100 something million opening day or more, $200 million opening day, whatever. With a budget above 250 million, Snow White has set out with higher ambitions, particularly since it returns Disney to its very origins. The 1937 original Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was the company's first animated feature and paid for its Burbank studio lot because it was a big success. But this Snow White struggled to find anything like a fairy tale ending. The run up to release was plagued with controversies over the film's handling of the dwarves, who were rendered in CGI, and backlashes over comments by its star, Rachel Zegler. I was saying Ziegler, like it's, you know, like Toby Ziegler from The West Wing. The PR headaches prompted Disney to pull back on its premiere. Also working against the film, director Mark Webb, poor reviews. Or directed by I'm sorry. Also working against the film, directed by Mark Webb, poor reviews. Critics were largely not impressed with Disney's latest live-action remake, with reviews coming in just 43% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. It's actually worse now. Um, this article is technically from yesterday. There's been a wide variance between box office performance of other live-action Disney remakes, but Snow White might mark a new nadir. Jon Favreau's photorealistic The Lion King in 2019 didn't have great reviews either, but grossed more than 1.6 billion worldwide. Snow White opened worse than Dumbo, a 46 million opening in 2019, and well shy of Cinderella territory, 67.9 million in 2015. I remember the live action Cinderella movie. I actually took a couple friends of mine who didn't drive because they didn't have a car. They wanted to go and they paid for my ticket, and I agreed to just sit there with them. And I actually didn't think it was terrible. Um, overseas, Snow White added 44.3 million for a global launch of 87.3 million. But going into the weekend, Snow White had been eyeing a worldwide total a total closer to 100 million, and a few weeks back, expectations were significantly higher. They expected this movie to blow up, and it didn't because Rachel Ziegler sucks and nobody likes her. Her co-stars don't like her. The people don't like her. Nobody likes her. She's not a likable person. The result will surely add to questions over Disney's long-term strategy of mining its vault for live-action remakes. In the pipeline are upcoming new versions of Moana. Moana just came out well, Moana 2 just came out, but like Moana's not even that old. What the fuck? And Tangled. Moana and Tangled, a live-action Lilo and Stitch launches in May. Like I kind of understand like them doing live action versions of like really old Disney movies, but why the hell Moana? Really? And then Lilo and Stitch, what? That shit came out like what, 2003 or 4? Like, come on. Efforts to modernize Snow White, though, quickly ran afoul. In 2022, actor Peter Dinklage criticized the remake's plans as backward. Disney ultimately opted to drop and the Seven Dwarfs from the original's title and animated the dwarves. Some right-wing commentators targeted Snow White and Ziegler's casting as an overly woke production. Delays in reshoots also ran up costs. And I mean that's a fair thing. Some right wing commentators they could have made that sentence sound way more critical of the right wingers than it is. So good on them for not being assholes about it. Disney though has recently steered a handful of films from modest stars to inviable final hauls. The Barry Jenkins directed Mufasa: The Lion King uh, opened 35.4 million domestically, but ultimately surpassed 717 million worldwide. Well, I mean, that's The Lion King, though. Like, I would be so bold as to say The Lion King is probably more popular with modern audiences than Snow White. Like, Snow White's iconic. Everybody knows who it is, or everybody knows what it is, but, like, this is The Lion King we're talking about. Most moviegoers these days either saw it with their kids or were kids when they saw it, so they were just like, okay. And Jon Favreau, you know, directed the first one, and not the original one in the '90s, but the live action one from 2019. And he's got a lot of clout from Iron Man, and people really like Jon Favreau, so it had a lot of things going for it. Snow White will face little direct competition in the coming weeks. Audiences gave it a B plus on Cinema Score. Warner Brothers' Alto Knights, a period gangster film starring Robert De Niro in both lead roles, was a total misfire. The Barry Levinson directed film, which cost about $45 million to make, opened with just $3.2 million from 2,651 theaters. The flop of I never even heard of Alto Knights. Never even heard of it. The flop of Alto Knights followed another misfire for Warner Brothers with Bong Joon-ho's big budget sci-fi Mickey 17. In 3 weeks, it tailed 40.2 million domestically against a $118 million budget. That was with Robert Pattinson. And I did hear about Mickey 17, and I didn't see it, but too bad for it that it flopped on its ass, I guess. Magazine Dreams, starring Jonathan Majors as a disturbed, aspiring bodybuilder, opened with 700,000 for Briarcliff Entertainment in 815 locations. The film was dropped by Searchlight Pictures after Majors was convicted of 2 misdemeanor counts of assault and harassment against Grace Jabari, his ex-girlfriend. Majors avoided jail time but was given a year of probation. Yeah, Jonathan Majors got yeah, he screwed up a lot of things. Like Disney ended up having to completely redo like their plans for the Marvel movies because they intended for Kang the Conqueror, who was played by Jonathan Majors, to be the main villain, but then they had to like decide not to bother with any of that and pivot to Doctor Doom. So Jonathan Majors effed up a lot of stuff there. The disappointment-filled weekend added to a rough 2025 so far for Hollywood. The box office is down 6.9% from last year, according to data from ComScore, and 38.6% from 2019. Yeah, what came out in 2019? That would be Avengers Endgame. So, yeah. Top 10 movies by domestic box office. With final domestic figures releasing Monday, this list factors in the estimated ticket sales for Friday through Sunday at U.S. and Canadian theaters, according to ComScore. Snow White was number one, but look what it got: $43 million. That's dog shit. Black Bag with only 4.4 million. Captain America: Brave New World 4.1 million. I'm surprised it's still in theaters right now. Mickey 17 with 3.9 million. Novocaine with 3.8 million. The Alto Knights 3.2 million. The Day the Earth Blew Up 1.8 million. The Monkey 1.5 million. Dogman 1.5 million, and The Last Supper 1.3 million. Yeah, so it's not Hollywood in general, but Disney specifically. Ha! Get fucked. You all deserve this. You all suck. Everybody hates you now. You spent the last 15, 20 years trying to force stupid bullshit down our throats with bad movies, and now, like, you're still expecting to make ridiculous amounts of money. Like, no, nobody wants your shit anymore. It's over. Hollywood is such an iconic movie making place. It could very well recover, but they're going to have to start knocking out some bangers. So we're just going to have to get, like, good movie after good movie after good movie. I doubt that's going to happen. I don't think, like, Superman is my favorite superhero, and I like James Gunn as a director, but I fully expect his Superman movie is going to be dog shit. I've read reports of the test screenings haven't been good for it, but, like, I don't expect that movie to be any good. I just Hollywood is it's over. It's so over. And Disney too. Fuck Disney. Disney deserves this. They deserve every inch of it. But if you agree or disagree or think I'm retarded, by all means, let me know in the comments below, and like the video and sub to the channel and follow the links and sub to all my other channels and follow me on X. And check out the game streams on the weekend, which I've been saying that for a month and I haven't streamed anything, but I'm telling you, I'm coming back. But anyway, throw me a bone.